Warning, this podcast is going to hurt my head again.
Surprisingly, I think I'm going to be okay.
Time travel just hurts my brain.
Which one?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Legends of Tomorrow, Season 1, Episode 9, Left Behind. I'm your host, Clio, and with me I have Rachel.
Hello.
Nikki.
Hi.
And Dom.
What do you want?
I don't know.
You just stop.
Everybody was so happy at Chipper, I had to take it down a notch.
What?
Let's just knock everybody down a peg.
You just stop lying.
Okay, so I have to say, before this episode, I was very meh on Legends. Like, it had a great start, and it sort of, like, petered out a bit over the last couple episodes. And this episode blew me the fuck away. And I'm like, why did you take a break? This was what you needed before the break.
That's why I watched both of them again. I watched
Yeah.
Night of the Hawk and this one because they're connected. So
Yeah.
I had to watch them again.
Okay.
And I had to skip straight to that Kronos reveal.
This is the part that hurts my head.
This is the part that I called. Not even like 10 seconds into the show when we first see Kronos, like, you know, going after them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I bet you that's Heatwave. Because the only thing that I was thinking about was S.T.A.R left him in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so when it was revealed that Kronos was Mick, I was like,
It makes sense.
I guessed it at, like, the perfect sweet spot where it wasn't too early, where I was like, oh, I guessed that way too early. But it was like, it was right after Kendra said, she must have taken him for a reason. Kronos doesn't do anything for a reason. And I was like,
Exactly.
it was a nice revel.
Well,
I almost
It was
like,
amazing.
yeah.
it's okay if you watch Doctor. It didn't hurt your head as much because shit like this happens all the time.
No, but...
Yeah, so what's the thing that hurt your head?
Okay, so if... He clearly got picked up by the Time Lords, right? The Doctor Who Time Lords. Yeah.
Masters.
Yeah, the Doctor Who Time Lords. And then
The Master.
They gave him his own time travel ship. Right? Mm-hmm. So he's following them around.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the fact that he's been shooting at himself the whole time, like, change things?
Well,
You know,
I think
He hasn't been shooting at himself. He's been shooting at Rip.
yeah. And
He's been shooting at all of them.
He shot at them when they all boarded the ship for the first time, Mick included.
But this is where I want to go back to the Flash, where they explained that Eobard was in a different kind of different line, and I think that's the way Mick is right now with Kronos.
Because of his relationship to time.
Yes. So
And
I mean,
also, we've heard you're not supposed to go and mess with events you've participated in. You're not supposed to. But we talked about this earlier, where it might happen. They might be desperate enough to go back and change the things they've already changed.
Right.
So it's not
he's a bounty hunter,
impossible.
and
Just you should do
Well,
it.
we've already seen on last episode of The Flash that it's possible to time travel to events you've already participated in.
And meet yourself.
Yes.
yes,
Well,
and
I
not
wonder-
cause a huge time rip.
I wonder because he's a bounty hunter and he's hired by the Time Masters. That they break the rules just a
Yes.
little bit.
No,
Of
they.
course.
You know what? The people who are running time always break the rules.
Always.
Because they figure I'm the one that's making all the rules. I can break them.
The people
I'm the
who are
exception.
running anything
Yes.
break the rules. Like,
Exactly.
you know,
Like your
CEOs who
managers
make
at
the rules for
work.
companies.
You're-
But so Kronos is there going back in time shooting at them. Say Mick, who doesn't know that he is the future Kronos, shoots Kronos.
Well, he has that armor, so I mean,
Still.
I'm pretty sure he took precaution to make it look like he was shooting at him when he really wasn't shooting at him. You know what I mean? But
No. I get Kronos not shooting at Mick, but there's nothing that he could do to prevent Mick from shooting at Kronos.
Yeah, but then Mick is shooting his future self. It's not going to impact his past.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, even if Mick managed to land a hit on Kronos, S.T.A.R is still going to leave him there, and he's still going to end up being Kronos anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that really kind of explains how Kronos knew exactly where they were the whole time.
Every
Yeah.
single turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But Rip wants to reform him. They've got him in that, jail cell in the Wave Rider, and they want to turn him back.
Which is cool because
Yes.
Mick said he spent so much time in this place where time didn't matter, like it didn't pass. He got all this training. He's like he's superhero now. He could be a superhero now. He has all that extra oomph to him.
Yeah.
But he was probably fed lies.
Oh, of course he was.
Yeah.
And he was programmed basically.
So he
Well,
spent
so
time.
Sarah.
He spent time in the negative zone. Not the was it? It's not the negative zone. What is it? Phantom zone.
It's the negative zone in DC.
Marvel.
No, in Marvel. DC's a Phantom Zone. But when he was talking about the place, the room where he went to train, like that's out of time. I couldn't help but imagine the hyperbolic time chamber from Dragon Ball Z. Like that was the thing I was thinking about. I was picturing him training in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Thank you. Because I didn't make that connection. I watched all of that back in the... Oh my god, that's horrible. I don't want to think about... No, stop it.
That's all I
That
could think
hurts
about
my
when he
head.
was talking about the time room or whatever. Yeah, no, that was so fucking cool. Such a great reveal, and I like that everyone wants to give him another chance. They want to help him this time.
Well, he helped
Almost everyone.
Almost everyone.
He helped each one in a certain way, like with Ray and the Gulag, and he saved everyone in some way. They know who he can be, but he doesn't think he can be that person.
He doesn't want to be that person now. He wants revenge.
Even before, he didn't have faith in himself that he could be better than who he was. He just thought this is who he was, and that's all he's ever going to be.
Yeah.
There's no reason to try to go for anything else, because that's all he could be.
Aubrey James in chat wants to know, does time cop rules apply?
I don't even know what time cop rule was. What are the time cop rules?
Oh gosh, it's been so long since I watched that movie.
Yeah. Let me.
I think this is one of the movies I haven't seen.
It's with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I definitely haven't seen it.
Oh no, I'm
cheesy
confusing
movie.
it with a different. Yeah, no, I haven't seen Time Cop either.
It's
Sorry.
Yeah.
The picture was priceless.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pull it up.
That's okay. Well, I'll say probably, a strong probably, that time cop rules apply. Because this seems to be drawing from a lot of different rules about time. It's somewhere
somewhere
in the middle.
Fairly arbitrary. Time is linear, and you can't go forward because the future hasn't happened. Kind of, but we've seen them go forward.
Yeah.
They're going forward right now.
Well, I
But
mean,
But it's not necessarily cemented. That's what we always. It's like cement. It's still fluid. So things can ebb and flow depending on what happens in the past.
Gotcha.
They can travel to the future, but the future that they're traveling to probably isn't the one that's actually going to happen.
No.
yeah. Yes. So we start the episode off with
See yourself in your supposed. Well, he didn't see him because he was in his gear. So
what?
Yeah.
well,
Mick
usually
didn't see himself because he was.
Nick didn't.
Oh
see
yeah,
himself
because he was
because
obscure.
He was in his gear.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't have happened.
What wouldn't have happened?
Being
Time,
exploded.
space, and implode.
Oh, is that something that happens in Time Cop?
Yeah, you can't see yourself. In some versions, it's like
been so long since I've seen that.
It's like time travel 101. Even in Doctor Who, you can't see, you can't spot yourself.
Yeah, well, we've seen Barry do it.
Yeah.
Barry
had a conversation with his past self.
Yeah.
So in this world, those rules are,
We don't know
they're
exactly what the rules are right now. Kind of.
We just know what the Time Masters say.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm fairly certain, since Barry's time traveling and talking to a past version of himself, that these people would be able to do the same thing. I mean, we've already seen them talk to younger
version of the Doctor.
Stein. Yeah. Stein talked to himself.
Right,
So
Stein did talk to him very badly.
But he didn't touch himself, did he?
I don't know.
I don't remember him touching.
This show is not rated
Yeah.
high enough to view that.
So
I don't think that it would matter, honestly, if they did.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those time things. It's like
Barry had a fist fight and tied himself up, so he
That is
physically
true, they
touched
punched each
himself.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're taking little bits of time rules from like all the different time movies and shows and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they're compiling a list of rules as they go
We're
along.
taking the
It's-
best of everything.
DC TV's take on time travel. That's the only
Yeah.
way we can say it because it's their own version.
So Ray and Kendra start making a life because, they don't come back for weeks, and
Years.
Sarah leaves because she's frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
2 years.
Yeah. They live for 2 years
2
doing
years.
stuff.
He
So
meets
Kendra was a
Kendra.
librarian.
See, I don't understand why they can't go back and pick them up. I don't get that.
I think that they could, but Rip is still working on the Time Master laws, which probably can be bent, but probably shouldn't be.
Right,
He can't
but
go back to
but
their.
I
They've already
totally
been there.
I totally get that, but like, so the ship gets hit, whatever. They rips the cord out and it's tumbling through, whatever, and then it takes 2 years, whatever. But they're in like infinite time. Like they were not really in anywhere at that point, right? They're just
They had no navigation.
right. So
That was the closest they
no
could
time. It's like
get
it's like
to
nothing
1960
passed. So I don't understand why they can't just be like, okay, we're going back to the moment that they left, pick them up. Like I don't.
Because they landed in 1960, and if Ray had destroyed the beacon, I think they could have gone back. But the fact that the beacon found them and they went, the ship landed in front of the beacon, they're now part of that participating in this time thing. So that going back would change what's just happened.
I do think I remember Rip saying that Gideon's GPS wasn't
Yeah,
working at all.
She wasn't working. This was the closest they could get to 1958.
He
Yeah.
jerry-rigged the electricals.
Yeah. So this was the closest they get. I mean, Gideon's needed some tuning.
Plus, drama, Dom. You need to make drama. Also, we needed to meet Talia al Ghul. Is anyone else freaking out about that?
I thought that was crazy.
Cute.
Who?
Talia, Ra's al Ghul's daughter. So,
No, I
Ra's
know.
al Ghul.
I saw Talia. I'm
Yeah.
still asking who because
Because she never watched that far in Arrow.
Well, no. Talia's not in
Not
Arrow
in
at
Arrow.
all.
We don't know what
Nissa.
happened to her.
Nissa is the daughter in Arrow. So when we saw in this episode Ra's al Ghul and his daughter, I was like, oh, that must be Nissa. Wow, she's lived a long time. I didn't think she had any, recovery powers. But then he refers to her as Talia, and I just went, Gah!
They don't really explain. They don't really. I think they mentioned her maybe like in passing in Arrow. It was just like some
Not
kind
at
of.
all.
I don't know.
Ever.
Maybe my husband told me that he had another daughter. It might be it.
Cleo, can I please like sit down and watch an episode with you sometime? Like I feel like this needs to happen. I need to like for the first time that you watch an episode of of Legends or Flash or Arrow, I don't even want to watch the episode. I want to watch you watch the episode.
hey, people do that all the damn time on YouTube, so why not? Quick.
New series. ASOTV presents Cleo Watches.
Watch Cleo watch the show.
I'd watch
I
it.
heard you like watching shows.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Talia al Ghul is Ra's al Ghul's daughter in the comics. She uses a Lazarus pit. She lives long just like him. That's how it's in the comics.
Okay.
She is a big part of Batman's storyline. She has his kid, Damian. A lot of stuff between Talia and Batman.
And they never mentioned her really.
She has
And
They never mentioned her once in Arrow. Nissa was the only daughter he ever spoke of.
so something happened, and I'd like to know that story.
Yeah, so since Raj Al Ghul and Nis Al Ghul were introduced in Arrow, I was like, oh, but where's Talia? Talia must be off doing crazy shit somewhere else in the world. And so,
Yeah, I
been
think
theorizing.
I think it was my
Now we
husband
see her.
that mentioned it when I was watching Arrow, and Ra's al Ghul came on, and he goes, "Oh, is that his daughter Talia?" I'm like, "No, that's Nessa." And he's like, "Who?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, who's this other?"
Okay, so now Sarah being there and being like, "Oh, your daughter Nessa that you're gonna have, your future daughter, whatever."
Yeah.
Did that like trigger the events to have him name Nessa?
I
Probably.
thought about this because I knew you were going to bring it up.
I'm so
Because
predictable.
technically, no, because we've talked about this before,
Right.
where they did something to make something in the Flash. They said something or did something to make something happen that had already happened
Yes.
without them messing
Well,
with
they
with
already did it
time.
in Legends when Rip told Savage his wife and son's name.
Yes, exactly. I forgot about. Thank you for mentioning that. But we've talked about it
Someone's
before,
still in the car.
and I think there's a slight bit of fate involved. So it happened before without any intervention, and it's gonna happen again with the intervention. Maybe before they intervene, Ra's al Ghul in the back of his head is like, I feel like I should send my daughter here arbitrarily, randomly. I don't know where I got this idea. Maybe there's a bit of fate or magic involved in it.
And it could be explained why he didn't really like Sarah, didn't want Sarah to be with his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've seen. So this is the part that really hurts my head. We've seen now in the Flash when
Yeah.
Eobard from the future went through season 1 and did all his shit and then dies. And then in season 2, we see Eobard revisiting them because apparently he had already done that in the timeline,
Yes.
right? So this is how he's there after he's dead because he went there first.
Yeah.
But he's still showing up in their timeline as they're going through the present. So that means that because these people traveled into the past already, that this is the way it's always happened, and it was destined to do that because that's the way it happened with Eobard.
It could be, yeah.
So,
But the thing is, Stein said when he met himself, he had no recollection of meeting himself. You know what I mean?
It could be like, well,
So there's
like
it might
when
be
they
a bit of both.
Yeah, well, they also said, well, they've been there so long, they kind of forgot who they were prior to
some sort of
time amnesia kind of thing.
a complication with you losing your the self that you had before, your memories that you had before, because you're remaking yourself in the timeline you're stuck in.
Yeah, so that might be it. It might be like a memory way back in your head that you don't remember kind of thing, and it just comes out as an idea.
I mean, we didn't see so much of that with Kendra and Ray, but we saw a lot of that with Sarah, mainly probably because of the environment she was in.
Oh,
and
yeah,
because
definitely.
that's where she felt most at home, so she wanted to stay there.
Aubrey James says he thinks...
I think Ray had a little bit of it because he wanted to be with Kendra in that time.
Yeah, he wanted to move on. He didn't expect to be saved at that point.
Yeah, so he was losing a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit and a little bit. Yeah.
Aubrey James in chat says, I think Vandal Savage has the Time Masters in his back pocket.
It's possible.
It's interesting.
It's very possible.
But then again, Time Masters know what happened and what's a fixed point in time.
Well, this could also be why they were so adamant about not going back to change things, is because they are, in fact, in league with Vandal Savage. It's completely possible.
It's completely true. Or there's something they know in the future that's going to happen.
Do you think Vandal Savage is like the big bad of the series, or do you think he's the big bad of the season?
He could be series, because versions of Vandal Savage in the comics and the cartoons, he never went away. You know, you fought him a little bit, he never went away.
Well, that could be...
He lived forever.
Well, yeah.
Literally.
But I mean,
literally,
he
lived to the end of... Everything else died around him.
It could be like
So
another
those have
Eobard, though,
cockroaches
where,
or-
like, he's in the future because he traveled there somehow. Like, if he's in league with the Time Masters, you know, maybe he's jumping around.
I don't know if he doesn't need to jump around.
He doesn't need to, but we don't know if he is or not, because let's say he wasn't completely, like, vanishing during these periods of time where they lose track of him. What if he's actually time jumping?
Then, you know, him learning about future tech and then trying to exploit it, like with the Gulag and in that episode with Firestorm, he would have already done it. Like, if he was skipping ahead in time to find out shit, he would bring back the technology.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to have the
he's-
scientists
Yeah.
try to figure it out. He would already know.
I don't think Vandal would leave that kind of information behind and go back in time just to fiddle around with himself.
Phrasing.
No, I meant it. I meant it that way.
Okay. Yeah, and I think the rules that the Time Masters put are more to prevent people from doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, yes, you probably you are able to go and mess with events you have participated in, but
There's consequences.
yes, and they want to avoid consequences
Well, 'cause-
their job is to not have that happen.
I mean, the way I'm looking at the time travel thing, especially with Eobard, which, you know, is not really in this episode that we're not talking about, but it's what I'm basing my knowledge of time travel on for the series. But, like, so at some point, the timeline had to have happened straight through, right? All the way up to when Eobard decided to jump through time, right? So Eobard jumped through, changed everything, and then when we come in and we're viewing things for the first time, we're viewing it as our first time is actually the second time it's happened. Right?
Yes.
We're on the second viewing of it. We're not on the first time through before Eobard ever time traveled. But then we have all that, right? You keep that in mind, but then you're now looking at this timeline with these guys, and when Stein goes back and he's like, I didn't have any recollection of talking to myself. It seems like we're witnessing this for the first time. But then we run into an incident with Kronos, where Kronos is traveling back. This would be the second time.
Yeah, but he's already done that.
Right, so that's why my head can't grasp exactly the rules of the time travel, because they're showing us two different versions of it at the same time.
There are also, we mentioned this in Flash, there are also two different versions of time, two different modes of time travel.
That is true.
Because there's the Speed Force time travel, and there's whatever, you know, the ships. The time ships.
And Rip is kind of sticking to the Time Master's rules. Don't go back into your, you know, kind of thing. And with basically the Time Master's giving Kronos like a free reign, basically, letting him off his leash, he could do whatever the hell he wants.
I realize
he's going
it's
back
like
to
World War
any time.
II. I realize it's like World War II. They're appeasing him, and he just keeps taking things over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants. So he's going back and forth and everywhere. He doesn't have. It doesn't seem like he has any really restrictions except for to stop them.
Yeah, and Cleo, you mentioned that we've seen two different versions of time travel. Yes, there's the ship and there's the Speed Force, but Barry himself has done two different ones within. There's the on purpose and the accident, and they have different cause and effects.
There's three different. You're right. So there's like three different modes of.
Yeah, so we don't know everything about it, and it's really hard to grasp at this point. Like, we need more information, and I don't know if they're ever going to really explain it better than what they've already done, which is not
There's no
much.
way to, because there's always going to be exceptions to the rule.
There's that, and why would they? It keeps people interested. I mean, we're talking about time travel.
It keeps my head hurting.
We're interested in the time travel aspect because we don't know about it. So they're gonna like keep it as vague as they can so that we're asking questions.
And as soon as we learn the rules, you know, there will be exceptions.
Yeah, there's always exceptions to the rules.
Exactly. So I super loved the scenes between, you know, Kronos, Mick, and Leo.
And S.T.A.R.
S.T.A.R. They were fantastic. Dude, Snart shot his hand off.
No, he froze it.
I thought he was
Dude.
aiming at the cuff,
Yep,
and he
thought so
missed and
too.
hit his hand. But I think it was on purpose to get it.
Yeah,
He was just
because
like,
he
I
could
don't
shatter
care.
it.
Like me, I would have aimed for the cuff, and if I accidentally hit my hand, I would be like, "Oops." But it didn't seem like he was oopsing anything. He did it on purpose.
You know what? I was excited. I wanted to see like a one-handed Snart.
The one-handed bandit.
Yeah.
Kinda like,
but they
stick
regrew.
his-
They regrew his hand.
He was
Which
like
is-
happy to tell us about this technology. He's like, well, none of you've lost a limb yet.
Yeah, exactly. That was so funny. But I didn't get a good look. But I think his which hand was it? Right hand. His right hand might be slightly different color than the rest of his skin. It looked a little whiter to me.
It might have been just.
Well, it
because
is new. It's new,
Yeah,
untouched,
no, it's possible.
untainted skin.
But I think that
It
would be
hasn't had
awesome
a
if like
suntan yet.
his new
Yeah.
hand looked like ice, and the rest of he was fine. The rest of
So he's C-3PO.
you may not have recognized me because I had a red arm.
Yeah.
Fucking hate C-3PO so much.
That was the worst.
Didn't
They could have.
I did not bring that up with any prior knowledge of Cleo's hatred for C-3PO. None. Had no
You didn't know I
idea.
hated
Had
C-3PO?
no idea.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's so annoying. Every episode of Clone Wars that's like centered around the droids, like he ruins R2 for me. I'm like, can this just be about R2? Go away.
That's his whole. That's his thing. That's his gig.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Anyway, this is not the Star Wars podcast. This is the Legends podcast.
Well, they make enough references to Star Wars in
That's
this
true.
show.
Right?
We
Kronos
could.
is Boba
Boba
Fett.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
They did that in Flash too. 'Cause Cisco was like, "Are you Darth Vadering me right now?"
Well, come on.
be fair-
Star Wars is such a big pulp culture
It is.
influence on a lot of the superheroes and stuff like that. So
But to be
it's
fair,
bound to happen.
Cisco references everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Including Marvel.
When did he reference Marvel?
Bunch of people in a farmhouse in the middle
No,
of
that
nowhere.
was
Where have I
Thea.
seen that before? Was
That
that
was
Thea?
Thea.
Oh, okay, never mind. I just assumed that was a Cisco reference.
Cisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone else have anything else to say about this episode?
Well, the relationship between Ray and Kendra.
Yeah.
Ugh.
don't-
Okay, Aubrey James, he says in chat, he's like, I hate Kendra and Ray. And I'm totally with you because I cannot stand that pairing. I want Kendra and Cisco. Please. I'm going
Listen,
for that.
I want my baby Cisco to be happy and just be with somebody, but
This is
But
true.
you know what? As much as I was like kept saying, "Oh God, this is so stupid," the two of them, somehow it works.
yeah, it does.
She grounds him to a
A
point where
pulp.
he's not completely.
Naive about everything.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? She's like that anchor, like, "Hello, get your head out of the clouds, get down here."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's,
Let's-
it's
I see
it's
it.
nice.
I mean,
Let's think about this a little differently, not from a scientific standpoint. She's, she grounds him, and it works. I can see why they did it.
I think they're
Because
cute.
Ray is that head in the cloud scientist, always looking on the bright side of things, and I mean he never really, except for his fiance Dame, never really experienced anything horrible in his life. Everything was sunshine and roses and
Well, and then
unicorns
there
with
was
rainbows.
the getting kidnapped and everyone thinking he was dead for about 6 months.
I
Yeah,
like his
but-
comment. He's like, oh, I can't believe I'm here again.
Doesn't everybody
He
still
never-
think
he
he's
never-
dead?
Yo, God, the Nanda Parbat, that was so funny. We're
Your
stuck in Nanda
your
Parbat, I
son
can't see
your
my
son is
back.
Bill Gates.
I know.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Just before we move too far away from Kendra and Ray, I really want to apologize to Aubrey because it seems like every ship you ship is not canon and you get very angry, and I'm sorry. I know that feeling.
I mean, I'm the same way, I guess, because
Yeah, Aubrey wants-
just don't happen. Ever.
Aubrey wants Sarah back on Arrow, and he wants to ship Oliver and Sarah.
No, please.
No.
Oliver needs to spend a lot of time being single and figuring out his own shit.
Oliver and Sarah would not. I mean,
Oliver and Cara
Why does that get
Danvers would be a good pair.
exploded?
Oh my god, no.
No.
No, if that's ever gonna happen, I know Barry and Kara are like the bestest buds. They don't have to be shipped as, partners, but I want to see them do everything together.
Yeah, be super best friends.
The Super
Exactly.
Best Friends. That's the name of the new cartoon that they need to make.
Exactly. Super best friends.
Make it.
And action.
I really freaking like the fight between Sarah and Kendra.
Yep.
I
That was
knew
really
they were going
good.
to do that because Kendra's the only one that
Who has
knows
sword
fighting style.
experience
Yeah, and knows her fighting style.
and has
because
fought
she
her.
trained
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah, the two of them trained together. And then it really goes to show Vandal, like, Vandal's never seen any of this shit before.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, he's just sitting there.
Do you mean,
You mean
Roz?
Ross? Yeah.
Or,
Roz.
Ross.
Yeah,
I meant
Matt
Ross.
isn't in this episode at all.
I'm guessing you guys are from the future.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was so fun.
But Tim, it's nothing because he's lived for how many years?
Yeah,
centuries
hundreds
and
of
stuff.
years.
So all this supernatural coming back, people from the future being, it doesn't faze him.
Although,
But he was a gentler Ra's al Ghul kind of. He was more compassionate. I mean, he let Sarah go
Yes.
very quick.
there's that.
And
I liked how he looked at
wondering
Firestorm.
if something happened to Talia and it went.
Oh,
and
that's
just-
an interesting. I don't
Yeah.
see. I don't think he was. I'm not sure he was softer. He still
wasn't
had
softer,
the
he was more
still had the rules and all
human.
the stuff.
He had more of
Yeah.
his human emotions.
He was less fanatical.
Mhm.
When he shows up in Arrow, he is so fanatical.
Well, and then you got to think the technology too.
Yeah, but that's right. Something tragic could have happened to Talia.
Yeah, I think
And-
that's.
Yeah,
It broke them.
kind of put him in a funk.
You know what? What I'm
And
thinking is.
he kept his and that would go to reason why he kept his distance from Nessa and not showed her his feelings and not showed her the
Yeah.
that being the dad-daughter thing that she wanted so bad.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe it's not something tragic happened to Talia, but Talia did something to him, betrayed him in some way.
Could be
Because
that too.
I can't believe they would take a character like Talia and just have her be dead,
No, I'm not saying died, but I'm just saying something happened to Talia and him that broke that bond that just totally shattered him.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Mhm.
So
Makes sense.
maybe that's a crossover.
Fuck yes, please. Need, do, want.
I would love. I mean, we wanted so many different backstories of all these characters. It's like, please give us something. A breadcrumb. Come on.
I don't know. It just seems like right now that we're getting more information through Legends about stuff that's going on in Arrow than we are what's going on at Flash. And I want to see some more things about like Central City, what's going on over there in the future, and different things.
Yeah, you're right. And even in
the first crossover is Arrow.
Yep.
And even in the beginning of this season, we see both Ray and Sarah in Star City.
Yep.
Talking to Oliver and Laurel about stuff and then leaving. So, yeah, you're right. We're very much more tied to Arrow than we are to Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though we technically have more Flash characters than we have
Right.
Arrow characters.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is Kendra considered a Flash character?
I don't consider her either. She's a Legends character.
Well,
Yeah,
she was
I mean,
she was on Flash for 2 episodes.
Yeah, but
Well, Flash for 1 episode and Arrow for the second episode.
No, 2.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. She was on... Okay, you're right.
yeah,
2 Flash, 1 Arrow.
Cisco went on a date with her that episode.
Yeah.
So,
And he vibed to Birdman.
a bird person. And then he figured it out that it was her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just when Roswell let Sarah go, I was just like, something
Yeah.
happened to him because he
Those
was just like,
words
I
had
can't
never been
have someone.
uttered.
I can't have someone in the league that is torn between their emotion, the compassion.
Yeah, but technically she
and-
also completed her league training and everything too.
Yeah, well, he had a suspicion about that.
Yeah.
He's like, it seemed like someone already taught you this when you first
You came in and you were kicking ass, so
basically. So,
Well, I mean, when Malcolm finished, he was allowed to leave, and he did leave.
Right.
And do
So
his whole stupid shit.
I think that's kind of why Sarah gets to leave, because he knows that Sarah's from the past. Or from the future. Yeah, from the future, and has already completed training, so that makes it kind of a loophole that she's allowed to leave, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, but I also think a lot of the rules in Non Depart revolve around whatever Rish says,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah,
Well, definitely.
exactly. That's what it's like. He let her go that easy. That was my first thought. It was like there was something different about him, though. You could definitely tell there was something about
You're right.
him.
There's definitely something in
I
him
mean,
that's different.
I haven't watched that much Arrow to the point where I haven't seen Ra's al Ghul in Arrow, so like how far behind I am then. So
That's
he
season
seemed like
3.
an alright guy to me. He just had a cult following, right?
Yeah. But in
very
Arrow,
much called.
And he had a jacuzzi behind him too.
Yeah, nice
he was
bubbly
very-
jacuzzi.
Yeah, but the way he was with Talia, he was very loving. He put his hand on her back and was, this is my daughter kind of thing, protecting and stuff like that. And he wasn't that way with Nessa at all.
Yeah.
He
And I
always
mean,
had
we
her-
even saw Nissa as a child in a flashback.
And he was hard on her.
Yeah.
He was so hard on her. He
And
always kept her at arm's distance. He was just I'm not going to get emotionally attached to that. So something happened. Something
Very interested
happened,
to see.
and I want to see what happened.
Talia is definitely going to be in something in the future.
Oh,
Obviously,
please.
Anything else?
No, I think that's
No.
everything. We went
Okay.
off track a few times, but
That's all right. We
And
can.
we didn't talk about the screeching bird 50-year-old roadster guys, but yeah. I watched all of them together, so it's like
Oh, that
all
was
this
last week.
yeah,
I mean,
it
that
was
was last
just like
episode.
seriously, what the hell was Savage doing? You know what I mean? If he had is he trying to recreate?
Wait, what?
Well,
She's
She's talking about
Rebecca
last
Hawk.
episode.
last
Oh.
time,
Where
I
he
mean,
was using the pieces of the meteor.
he's trying to recreate them. So is that his goal? He's trying to recreate.
I think he just wants power. More power than he has. And to
if
harness
he's
the
still
stuff
try
that... What?
And if he's going to still try it through, if it's going to be as technology grows, is he still going to?
To try the crazy shit? He might succeed.
Mm-hmm. So in the future, are we going to see a swarm of flying?
are we gonna see the Wicked Witch on her broom? Maybe.
She doesn't have a wing.
Zelina?
That's how they got the
What?
flame up.
Next episode is called Progeny. What's happening? Rip crosses the line in his effort to save his family. Rip tells the team they are headed to the future to take out a powerful ally that Savage needs in order to conquer the world. I don't have my glasses on, I'm sorry. However, when Rip reveals the ally is a 14-year-old boy who will one day grow into an evil dictator, the team is split about the morality of killing a child, even if it does save the world. Meanwhile, Sarah talks Snart through a rough patch. Oh my god. I actually can't wait for that. And something about Ray. Wait, what is it? And Ray...
What? And something about Ray.
something about Ray.
Isn't that
Ray
a
learned
TV
something
show?
that could... I don't have my glasses on. Shut up. Ray learned something that could impact his future with Kendra.
Oh, okay.
Something about Ray.
And something about Ray. That is the... Oh. Reminds me of the old Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. synopsises.
And something puts the team in danger.
And something about Ray. No, I saw the preview for, and they got like the kid in the crosshairs, and somebody says it's like a little Hitler or something, and I was just like, this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a good episode.
Well, that's also a thing. That's also a question. A lot of people. It's like, if you had the chance to go back in time and kill Hitler, would you when he was a baby?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, fuck babies. I'm sorry, we're still live. I didn't mean it.
It's one of those-
We're still live. I didn't mean it, as in it'd be okay to say offline. Jeez.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, I made a comment earlier. Rachel said that, people are posting cakes and cupcakes, and then I was like, it's better than all these people posting their baby pictures, and I'm like, and she's like, and then everybody's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, babies are bad. I'm like, well, you can eat cupcakes and cakes, so that's
Can't
good.
eat babies.
Can't eat babies, so give me all the cupcakes and cakes.
Rachel, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Savannah17.
Nikki looks so offended. Where can they find you, Nikki?
You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYVNOM24.
Where you will not be eating babies. Dom, where can the people find you?
I don't know if I want to be found anymore.
You're just gonna go dark.
Yeah, I'm going dark.
Drop off the
Blackout from the internet. I'm gone.
Okay. Do. You can find me at Cleomoto on Twitch, Twitter, and Pinterest. And you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and video games. Until next time, bye-bye.
I don't even
Going
know.
out tonight or something?
No babies were harmed.
I don't even know if I want to come back next week.
We all
What
have
about 5
asymptomatic
minutes?
Mondays.